Hey everybody, this is Dirty Dave from Infernal Dreams, infernaldreams.net. You need to check us out. I'm hanging out here at the Fright Night Film Fest in Louisville, Kentucky with Jeff Waldridge, who is the promoter and one of the brains behind Scarefest, which will be in Lexington, Kentucky, September 11th, 12th, and 13th. Jeff, say hello to the fine people out there.
Hello everyone.
So, tell us a little bit about Scarefest, how you got started with the idea and the conception of melding horror and paranormal together into a convention, and what prompted you to actually put it together.
Scarefest was a dream of mine that I kind of had. 2006, I kind of started thinking about doing a convention in Lexington. There's nothing in Lexington big like that. There's nothing that you can actually go to and see your favorite stars. I mean, Louisville was the closest thing, and but I wanted to do something huge. I wanted to do something that explosive. I talked to my business partner Patty Starr, which we're both into the paranormal, and I said, what if we brought in the paranormal convention? And she's like, well, I don't think that would draw enough people. And I was like, well, what if we brought horror into it? I was like, it's kind of like a big thing. Most horror movies kind of have some kind of paranormal background, like poltergeist and things like that. She said, that's a good idea. She said, work on it and let's see what it does. She said, it takes a lot of time and money to do a convention. So I took the idea, started working on it, started, getting contacts and things like that. I came back to her a year later, said, here it is, here's the business plan. I said, all we got to do is do it. I said, here's the location. And she was like, okay, cool. And so we started planning it. We started out with it being something small. We just thought about doing like a room about this size, maybe 5,000 square foot or something. And then we went to the Lexington Center, talked to them, and they said, well, here's what we got. And I seen the convention center, and I was like, it's big, but we can do it. We'll be able to do it. So we busted our asses, and we basically went out there and promoted it all ourselves at first until we got the volunteers kind of involved. And it seemed like the world was looking for something where you blended horror and paranormal. We're the first that I know of that's done it to this extent. And we're now the largest in the United States. We have 44,000 square foot of dealer room. So we'll have 148 dealers there. Stars will be right there planted in with the dealers. And it's basically, you can come, you can learn about the paranormal, you can come and you can hear from real demonologists, real ghost hunters, things like that. You can see horror artists, you can see tattoo artists, you can see movie stars. It's basically an all-out crazy fest. If you want to come and you want to get wore out with just horror and paranormal, you can come. It's kind of surprising to me that I dreamed this up, and we created and worked on this because I would buy a ticket to it. That's...
And why don't you tell us a little bit about your involvement in the paranormal research and Ghost Chasers International?
I've been ghost hunting for about 7 years. I've been with Ghost Chasers about 3 or 4. And I've started basically researching the paranormal ever since I could pick up a book. When I could start reading about Bigfoot, ghosts, anything like that was
cool.
You
follow the cryptozoology
everything.
as well
I follow all aspects of the paranormal, and that's where I kind of come into it, because Patty usually knows about the ghosts and things like that, but I know about it all. I research it all, even the aliens and UFOs and things like that. I try to research it all, and I'll investigate anything so.
So I know last year we were there. We were walking around. We were documenting everything, checking everything out. You had a very impressive first year for a convention. Pretty much it was unanimous throughout the whole media community that you pretty much busted out the box on your first year.
The stars that we had there were convention veterans. They had done conventions for years. We didn't have anybody fresh and exciting. We had Victor Miller. He had never done one, but he did an awesome job, did well. But we didn't have any bust-out names that had never done a convention, and we did very well. We drew in about 5,000 people for the first year. A lot of the stars, a lot of the vendors said it was the busiest Friday that they had seen in any convention in a while. And they said that it was ran about, like a show that had been running for 8 years. And I just try to be organized. I try to look for problems. I try to create problems in my mind and figure out how I'm going to solve them.
Well, what I hear a lot about that too is there was a very aggressive advertising campaign as well. Radio spots. I believe there was a TV spot.
Not a TV spot that year. No, there will be this year. Now this
year. You have a street team this year.
Yep, we have a street team this year. what I try to do is I try to bring in, some of these other events have certain things that they do well. Some of them do things that are just bad. So I try to take what they do bad and try to fix it and make it work for us. We have a street team this year. If anybody's interested, they can contact the email from the Scarefest.com. We've tried to spread that. We have not yet started any of our advertising that we spend money on besides postcards. And at this point, we've already sold out of platinum tickets. We're getting ready to sell out of golden tickets, and we've been pre-selling almost triple of what we did last year. So we haven't started advertising. Our TV spots have not aired, which we have 3 awesome spots that Post Time Productions in Lexington help film. And I mean, they're awesome. People love them. They'll be filming in the area, or showing in the area. Radio, we got that coming. We got posters that Joe Robinson did. Awesome posters. This is kind of the design, but the poster is going to have the stars, wrapped in there. This is the official 2009 event T-shirt. So
get them while they're hot.
Yeah, get them while they're hot because they will sell out. I promise you that.
And where can, if somebody wanted to find one of those, where would they go to get?
Go to www.thescarefest.com. That's where you can find out about guests, seminars, film screenings, anything you want to know that is Scarefest. Look on there, check it out. If you have any questions, email thescarefest@hotmail.com. That comes directly to me. I'll answer anybody, and I promise you'll get an answer within about 5-6 hours at least. That's one thing I'm very apt about, is being fan friendly.
I can actually attest to that because I messaged you and I expected to hear something maybe in a couple of days, but no.
If I'm sitting there, I'll answer right then, because everybody that messages us or emails us, unless it's during the event, will get a reply. I promise you that, because one thing I hate is you email somebody, you don't hear anything. And you don't know if they're alive, you don't know what happened to them, so I try my best to ansr everybody.
You also have a MySpace page and
MySpace
a Facebook,
is, MySpace.com is MySpace.com/TheScarefest. The Facebook, I'm not sure. You could probably just Google or, Facebook search the Scarefest. I'm not sure what the fan site is. We got a few fan sites out there for different things. We got a Twitter page now. I didn't know we had that till the other day, but one of our volunteers started a Twitter page. She's actually a fan too. And I think the Twitter on that is the Scarefest or something like that. But email me and I can find out for you if you want to follow us on Twitter. Or author Jack Ketchum, which, he's awesome. He just kind of fell in our laps. And I really don't read horror books that much, but when I asked my friends and everything, they were like, really, Jack Ketchum? And I was like, yeah. So, I mean, he's a big deal. So, Stephen King says he's the scariest person in America. That's a direct quote. So, but we've got all kinds of huge stars. So check out the webpage. We've got, Doug Bradley from Hellraiser and Ashley Lawrence from Hellraiser and Gunnar Hansen. And what I try to do, a lot of conventions try to bring in the new people. The new stars. They played this person in the remake. They played this person here. I try to bring in the old stars because they're the ones that are going to be remembered for this role, whether the new person does a good job or not. But I've already started working on next year's guest list. I'm promising you, people will be
had a lot of help from the fans of the convention.
Yep, they've emailed
suggestions and requests.
Ashley Lawrence actually is one that people beg for. So I said, I'll add her. I gotta make the fan happy. We try to strive and say we're the most fan-friendly convention in America, and we truly, our logo is we put the care and scare, because we do care about the fans. If it wasn't for the fans and the vendors, then we wouldn't be here. So we got to make sure they're happy.
And Jeff, we want to thank you for stopping by and chatting with us.
No problem. Anytime.
Jeff Waldridge from the Scarefest, September 11th, 12th, 13th. Go check him out, thescarefest.com. Get your t-shirts, get your tickets, be there. It's going to be a fun time. We'll be there. For Infernal Dreams, this is Dirty Dave.